Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of this newsletter is going to be, I can't stop accusing her of cheating on me. Got an email here from a viewer, and he says, hey Corey, me and my wife have both cheated. Me first, and we separated, and after that, our child brought us back together, and the fact that when I started seeing other people, she started pursuing me again, and we've been back together for now almost a year. The problem is I can't stop accusing her of cheating, and the bad part of it is I have no proof, and I don't know if I have not forgiven her or what the deal is. All I know is that I love her, and I do not want to push her away, and she actually does things that show that she loves me. And he says, any help would be appreciated. So, I mean, here's the deal. I mean, if you're constantly walking around with a fear that your wife is going to cheat on you because you both have cheated on each other in the past, I mean, it's understandable. You haven't been faithful to one another. And the one thing that I will say is that when I look at guys or couples that are having problems, when guys contact me, 99.9% of the time, the reason either he or she has cheated is because he stopped courting his girlfriend or his wife. If you don't date your wife or your girlfriend, some other guy eventually will come along and do it. What caused her to fall in love with you is what you got to do to keep her in love with you. The courtship never ends in a relationship. You always want to be romancing and dating your wife. Like I said, at least once a week. And like if you got a bunch of kids, at least twice a month, you got to try to have date nights where it's just the two of you. We can go out and you can do something fun together, and you can hang out and have fun and fuck each other's brains out. Because if you got kids and you got a busy life, it's really hard to do those kinds of things. And even though I don't have biological children of my own, I've dated enough women over the years and helped them raise their kids when we were together to know what it's like. I mean, you go to a hotel room and your daughter's in the room, and you and her mother are in the bathroom fucking going at it because it's the only privacy you can get away from one another. And then like 30 seconds later, after you finish, the door opens because you forgot to lock it, and she's like, what are you guys doing in here? Maybe she hears some funny noises or some grunting. I mean, it's really hard to basically have a family with a woman and to have some time for yourselves, because you love your kids and you want them to be there all the time, and you feel guilty about not taking them with you when you do things because it upsets them. Like, well, why can't I come with you guys? That's usually what you hear, because they feel like they're getting excluded. But you have to do it. You got to take time for those things. But here's the interesting thing is, like, what you fear, you attract, and what you look at disappears. And when you're in a fearful state and you're accusing her of cheating, what that tells me is behind fear is always anger. And what that tells me is that you are afraid of losing this girl to another guy, because it's obvious that you're noticing that things aren't as good as they could be. And so I would encourage you to read my book and start courting your wife again, and start dating her and romancing her and having a great time with her like you did when you guys got back together the last time. Because obviously what's happened is you get into a routine, she gets in a routine, and you're no longer spending the kind of time with one another that you were in the past. Like I said, what you fear, you attract. And if you keep, I guarantee you this is what's going to happen. If you keep operating and acting the way you're doing, eventually your wife is going to get tired of your needy, insecure behavior, and she's going to do exactly what you fear, which is leave you and start dating some other dude or cheating on you with some other dude. Think about it. If you're with somebody who's always constantly accusing you of cheating, then it makes you feel like they don't trust you. And yeah, I mean, you both have reasons to be fearful of that, but the only way things are going to get better in your relationship is if you actually make an effort to date and court your wife and get her to fall in love with you. Because if she's head over heels in love with you and you're doing everything right, when you're at work during the day, she's going to be sending you sweet messages just saying how great the sex was this morning or last night, or how she really loved the fact that you woke her up with your boner at 3 o'clock in the morning that was so hard you could fucking cut diamonds with it, and you just had a fucking great session, and she just wanted to fucking reach out to you at 1 o'clock in the afternoon when you're at work just to tell you that she loves you and she's been thinking about you, and she wants to have another baby with you or whatever it happens to be. If your girlfriend is texting you things like that because you are dating and courting her properly, because the courtship never ends, you're not going to be worried about her cheating on you. But if she's cold and she's distant and things aren't going well, yeah, you're going to have reason to worry. That's why I encourage you to download my book and start reading it so you can change what's going on. Because if, like I said, if you keep on the path that you're going on, your relationship is going to end. I guarantee you that. And it's not going to end in a pretty way based upon the history of you and your wife already. So if you have a question you want to ask me, go to my website, click the Contact Me tab, which will be on the left-hand side of your screen, and send me 1 to 2 paragraphs max, and just give me several days to get back to you with a response. If you want to talk to me right away, the quickest way to get my help is to book a paid phone coaching session. You can do that by going to my website, click the Products tab, which will be at the top of your screen, and just follow the instructions. If you want to get a digital version of my Kindle ebook, on my website, underneath the email sign-up box, is a box that has a link that'll take you right to the Amazon Kindle download page. Once you get there, if you don't have a Kindle device, just download one of their free e-reader apps for whatever electronic device that you want to read it on. And if you appreciate the value of the information I offer in these video newsletters, the articles on my website, and my ebook, you can show your appreciation right now by going to my website, and on the Wibia toolbar at the bottom of your screen, click the PayPal donate button and donate any amount that you feel is equal to the value of the information. And I will talk to you soon.